What if the life you are living right now is not the life you actually chose, but the one you slowly fell into, not through one big decision, but through thousands of small ones that felt harmless at the time. One more video, one more scroll, one more day saying, "I'll start tomorrow." And somehow, tomorrow turned into weeks, weeks turned into months, and months turned into a pattern you stopped questioning. You are not fully unhappy, but you are not fully alive either. You are somewhere in between, functioning, distracted, waiting for something to change, without really changing anything yourself. And maybe you've felt it already, that quiet pressure in the background of your mind. Not loud, just constant. The feeling that you are capable of more than this, but also the habit of not acting on it, because you already know what needs to change. Your focus, your habits, your time, your body, your direction. But knowing is not the problem, doing is. And that gap between knowing and doing is where most people stay stuck. Not because they are incapable, but because comfort is easier than effort. So you open your phone, not because you truly want to, but because it is easier than feeling that tension inside you, that awareness that something is missing. And the more you avoid it, the more normal it becomes, until one day, you don't even notice the cycle anymore. Wake up, scroll, consume, delay, repeat, and time starts slipping, quietly, without warning, until you look back and wonder where it went. But here's the truth. You are not lazy. You are trained by repetition, trained by comfort, trained by instant distraction. And anything that is trained can be changed, but not through motivation. Motivation is unstable. It comes and goes. Real change starts with action. Small action, simple action. Stand up, move your body, go outside. Because your body is the fastest way to change your state. Energy does not start in your mind. It starts in movement. And when you move, your mind follows. Things feel lighter, clearer, less stuck. Not because life changed, but because you changed your state. And this is where most people miss the point. They try to think their way out of exhaustion, but thinking alone keeps you stuck. Action breaks the loop, even small action, especially small action, because small action repeated becomes identity. And identity shapes everything. Not goals, not intentions, but what you do repeatedly without negotiation. And right now, you are already building an identity, either one of distraction or one of discipline. Every scroll, every delay, every choice matters. Because habits are not neutral. They shape direction. Slowly, quietly, consistently. But the good news is, you can interrupt the pattern. at any moment, not all at once, but step by step. One decision at a time, one action at a time. You scroll less, you move more, you replace consumption with creation. You choose effort over comfort, and slowly, something changes. Your energy returns, your mind becomes sharper, your focus improves. Not because life got easier, but because you started aligning with action. And here is what most people only realize too late. Not when they're still in it, but when everything becomes quiet, when the noise fades, when the distraction is gone, and there is finally space to think. And in that silence, it doesn't feel inspiring, it doesn't feel motivational, it feels heavy, because suddenly you see it clearly. It was never about time, it was never about opportunity, it was about choices. Small ones, repeated ones, the ones nobody saw, the ones you kept ignoring. And one day, you will meet the version of yourself you are creating right now. Not in theory, in reality. And that version will either thank you or quietly reflect every excuse you made. So the question is not what you want in life. The question is, what are you becoming right now? Through what you do every single day. Because in the end, you will not be judged by your intentions. You will be shaped by your habits. And the truth is uncomfortable. Your life is not changing someday. It is changing right now, with every decision you make or avoid making. So if there is even a small part of you that still wants more, don't ignore it again. Because the longer you ignore it, the quieter it becomes. And one day, you might realize it stopped speaking to you completely.